My name is Michelle Wilkins, a woman in her 30s, hailing from a small town in the Midwest, known for its close-knit community. Life was uneventful and predictable until one day, an innocuous ad on Craigslist turned my world upside down. I was merely looking for affordable maternity clothes, unaware that this simple act would lead me down a path of unimaginable horror. Expecting a child, I was thrilled at the prospect of saving money on baby essentials. So, when I stumbled upon an ad offering maternity clothes at a bargain, I couldn't resist. I contacted the seller, a woman named Dinah Lane, and we arranged to meet. Meeting a stranger from the internet was slightly unsettling, but I reassured myself that in our small town, where everyone knew everyone, the risks were minimal. On the day of our meeting, I found myself standing nervously outside Dinah's house. Gathering my courage, I rang the doorbell. Dinah greeted me with a warm smile and invited me into her living room. As we conversed, I couldn't help but notice the eerie ambiance of the room. The mismatched furniture, dim lighting, and a faint smell of decay created an unsettling atmosphere. However, I brushed it off as my imagination, excited about the maternity clothes. Dinah and I bonded over our shared experiences of pregnancy, discussing our hopes and fears. She showed me the clothes she was selling, and I was amazed by their quality and the incredibly low prices. Everything seemed fine until the atmosphere suddenly changed. Dinah's friendly demeanor disappeared, replaced by a terrifying madness. She attacked me with a ferocity I had never witnessed before. I was in shock, fighting for my life and the life of my unborn child. But Dinah's deranged strength overpowered me. In the midst of the struggle, I screamed for help, hoping someone would hear me. But the walls of Dinah's house swallowed my cries, leaving me helpless. As the battle raged on, Dinah whispered something that sent chills down my spine. "I love you," she said, her voice distorted by her twisted obsession. I realized then that this monster believed her horrific actions were an expression of love. I fought with all my might to protect my unborn child, but fate had other plans. Dinah left me broken and bleeding on her floor after she brutally cut my child from my womb. The physical and emotional pain was unbearable. With the last of my strength, I managed to dial 911. The authorities arrived swiftly, bringing a glimmer of hope in my darkest hour. As I was rushed to the hospital, the horror of what had happened replayed in my mind. To my shock, I discovered that Dinah, the psychopath who had stolen my child, was in the same hospital, claiming to have suffered a miscarriage. The sight of her holding my baby, claiming it as her own, was a cruel mockery of the joy that should have been mine. The medical staff worked tirelessly to stabilize me, their compassion and dedication a beacon of light in the darkness. Meanwhile, law enforcement quickly apprehended Dinah, ensuring she would face justice for her heinous crimes. In the days that followed, I clung to life, grappling with a whirlwind of emotions. Gratitude for surviving such a traumatic ordeal coexisted with feelings of grief, anger, and disbelief. The outpouring of support from my family, friends, and the community was a constant reminder that I was not alone in this nightmare. As the legal proceedings unfolded, the extent of Dinah's depravity came to light. She was found guilty of her horrific crimes and sentenced to a lifetime in prison. Justice was served, but the emotional and physical scars remained, a constant reminder of the evil that could lurk beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary interactions. In the tranquil town of Oakwood, where I, a 22-year-old ordinary individual, was born and raised, life has always been serene. However, a chilling story involving Craigslist, the well-known online classifieds website, has shattered this tranquility. This tale, which emerged from the darkest corners of the internet, revolves around a local girl named Miranda Barber and her horrifying encounters. Miranda, a 19-year-old resident of our town, initially appeared to be just another teenager. Yet beneath her innocent facade lurked a malevolent entity. She exploited Craigslist to ensnare unsuspecting victims into her sinister trap. One ill-fated night, a 42-year-old man seeking companionship was lured by Miranda's advertisement. Enticed by her offer of pleasure for payment, he unwittingly walked into her snare, oblivious to the impending catastrophe. In our tight-knit community of Oakwood, news spreads rapidly. The town was horrified when it learned of the gruesome fate that befell this man at the hands of Miranda and her husband. Miranda repeatedly plunged a knife into the helpless victim's body, while her deranged husband suffocated him to death. The horror, however, did not end there. Upon her capture by the authorities, Miranda made a bone-chilling confession. She revealed that she had previously engaged in deadly deeds before this horrific act. Allegedly, she had murdered at least 22 people while serving a satanic cult. The mere thought sent shivers down my spine. The police, representing a society that values truth, launched an exhaustive investigation. They meticulously scrutinized every piece of information in an attempt to find any links that could corroborate Miranda's terrifying claims. However, they have yet to find any supporting evidence for her gruesome tales. It is deeply unsettling to contemplate how a young woman could become embroiled in such a violent saga. It raises questions about the complexities of the human mind and the motivations behind such atrocious acts. Was it pure evil, or was there a more sinister force at play? Now, every time I browse Craigslist, I can't help but feel a sense of unease. It serves as a stark reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places. An enticing advertisement could be the very thing that leads to one's downfall. This grim reality has made me perpetually vigilant. Since the revelation of Miranda Barber's story, Oakwood has undergone a transformation. The once peaceful streets now radiate suspicion, as if malevolence could be lurking around every corner. We secure our doors at night in an attempt to ward off the horrors lurking in the depths of Craigslist. As I conclude this chilling tale, I feel a sense of relief that justice was served, at least for that one victim. However, the uncertainty continues to haunt me. Will we ever uncover the full truth about this Craigslist nightmare? Are Miranda's claims factual, or are they merely the delusions of a disturbed mind? Only time will tell. As a 32-year-old man hailing from a quaint town nestled in America's heartland, I am no stranger to the peculiarities and potential dangers that lurk within the vast expanse of the internet. However, a chilling encounter on Craigslist surpassed my wildest expectations, plunging me into a real-life horror story that I experienced firsthand. My journey into this nightmarish tale began innocuously enough. Like many others, I frequently scoured Craigslist for odd jobs, hoping to supplement my income. As I sifted through the classified ads one day, a post titled, "Looking for someone to realize a dark fantasy," caught my eye. Despite my instincts screaming at me to steer clear, curiosity got the better of me, and I clicked on it. The post was authored by a man masquerading as a husband, seeking someone to sexually assault his wife. The sheer audacity and depravity of what I was reading left me dumbfounded. This was a gross misuse of the platform on an unprecedented level. Reports later emerged that the husband had found a willing participant, a twisted individual ready to enact this horrifying plan. However, when this person arrived at the couple's home, it became clear that the wife was oblivious to her husband's sinister plot. In self-defense, she brandished her firearm, causing the would-be attacker to flee in panic. Undeterred by this terrifying ordeal, the husband remained hell-bent on fulfilling his perverse fantasy, and astonishingly found a second participant. The thought of someone being so callous and warped is beyond comprehension, yet it happened. Once again, the unsuspecting wife was thrust into another horrifying confrontation. This time, however, she was prepared. As the second attacker entered the scene, she courageously stood her ground, firearm in hand. Refusing to be a victim, she held off the intruder until the police arrived. The strength and bravery she displayed in such a horrific situation are nothing short of awe-inspiring. Both the husband and the assailant were subsequently apprehended by the police. The scars of this traumatic event will undoubtedly linger, but justice was finally served. The husband's twisted fantasy not only endangered his wife, but also shattered their relationship beyond repair. This harrowing account serves as a stark reminder of the dark corners of human nature that hide behind the veil of online anonymity. It underscores the importance of vigilance, trusting our instincts, and exercising caution when interacting with strangers on the internet. Life has a knack for thrusting us into unimaginable situations. I never anticipated being so closely entwined with such a horrifying narrative. It's a sobering reminder that evil can lurk anywhere, even in the seemingly innocuous world of Craigslist. This experience has profoundly shaken me, highlighting the fragility of our sense of security and the importance of maintaining awareness in a world that can turn dangerous and foreboding in an instant.